Let's look at some pattern work in art. All right. Right here, I have an example of some Mexican folk art. It's called the Love Cat. And folk art is all about being decorative, not so much looking like a real true cat, but being decorative and just kind of fun. All right. And as you remember, when we talk about patterns, we're talking about repeating. And in this pattern of the Mexican cat, it's more like a symmetrical pattern. What's on one side is just like the other if we cut it straight down the middle. If we had cut it sideways across the middle, it wouldn't be symmetrical. But as it is now, going straight down the middle, we see the same swirl on each side, half a heart, the mouth and the cheek, the half of the mouth and the cheek, the eye, the eye. We see a symmetrical pattern. There's one little slight change that is not symmetrical, and that is the tail. So the tail adds a little bit of interest and sort of change that symmetrical pattern on us. Today, I would like to draw our own cat and then color it in with all crazy patterns and make our own fancy pattern cat, our own fancy folk art. So grab some markers and crayons and paper and whatever you want to work with and meet back with me. So are you ready? All right, I've got my papers up and I'm going to do two different cats because I'm going to change things up a little bit. Feel free to change up as much as you would like as well. I've got one paper turned vertical up and down, and I've got one paper turned horizontal side to side across because it really doesn't matter which way you want to go about it. All right, so I am going to start simply with a cat's head. And it really doesn't matter. This one's kind of football shaped, our folk art cat. Mine was more circular. You can make the shape of your head however you would like. I think I'll make a circular head on, oop, I messed up a little bit. That's okay. A circular head on this one. And maybe I'll make kind of that triangular weird shape over here on this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with the cat's head, and I'm going to start building with body parts. The next thing I'm going to do is give my cat some little ears. And again, I can use little triangle shapes. You can use more rounded shapes. You can decide whatever kind of ears you want your cat to have. And I'm going to put a little bit of hair sticking up at the top of my ears. Again, it's really, really up to you. The next thing we want to do is give the cat a little nose. I'm going to give this cat a nose right in the middle, a little upside down triangle. This one's going to be more of a rounded triangle, and I put it down kind of low. You can decide however you want. That works for me. To make the mouth of your cat, I'm going to start at the triangle and come down and scoop up, come down and scoop backwards. And that's going to make the mouth of this cat. But this one, I'm just going to give him a normal smile right up underneath and maybe some little dimples on each side. So you can decide which way you want to make your mouth. The next thing is the eyes, and you can make them eyes that are both wide open, or you can make him look more like he's blinking with one eye closed. I can make this more of a football shaped eye. You can change the shape of your eye however you would like. All right. Next, I want to get the pupils in my eye. And you can make regular round circles, or you could put a little heart in the pupil. You can decide however you want that to be. All right. Okay, I'm going to continue on now, and I'm going to get the body of my cat. This cat's going to be sitting down and have a great big fat body down at the bottom. And this guy's going to be walking sideways, so I'm going to make his cat body go off to the side edge. It's really up to you, however you like it best. Now, this cat's going to have two big long legs coming down the middle of him. So two lines going down and then a big paw at the front. Then two more lines coming down and another big paw at the front. And that's going to be his two front legs. His back legs are just going to bump out a little bit and then have a little foot on the end of it. And I'll bump it out on both sides. That will be fine. That will give me his back legs. And then I can put a crazy tail coming out from the back, however you want to do that. And I have now the tail of my cat. This one is going to be kind of walking sideways. So I'm going to put a leg coming out with a paw in the front. And I'm going to put another coming back behind the body, another little paw leg coming out the back. And I'm going to need some legs in the back. So I'm going to put another leg coming, and don't forget the paw, his little foot at the bottom of it, and then another little leg. All right. And that gives me his back legs. And again, I want a crazy looking little tail coming out the back. Ooh, he's got a big, big long tail, doesn't he? All right. Forgot my whiskers to my cat. So before I start coloring, let me go back and put some whiskers on my cat. You can put big, fat, wide whiskers if you would like. Or you can put some skinnier whiskers. It's really, really up to you. You can decide which way you like that best. So let me get some whiskers on that one. Oh, I'm just going to put an extra line, I think. I'm thinking I'm going to have two different kinds of whiskers on that guy. All right. And so that gives me my crazy cats. Now I use these rounded ears, but it's making me think he looks more like a raccoon or something. So I think I want to point up the ears a little bit more. So I'm going to point out the ears. And I think maybe I'm going to like that a little bit better for my cat. Yeah, I think that gives him more of a cat kind of look, don't you? I really do. Now comes the fun part. I get to start decorating. And when I start decorating my cat, I can add all kinds of interesting things around them. This is the first cat that I showed you, and you can see how I even decorated the background with patterns. Remember, we're just making folk art style cats, so any silly little thing you want to do will be fine. Look, I gave this cat a tutu and ballet slippers. All right. And this one, I haven't finished coloring this one yet either. Look at all the different patterns, the stripes or the big fat circles or the little circles. And I've got plaids and zigzags. How about that? All kinds of patterns in this cat. And did you see my little mouse in the mouse hole over there? Yeah, I don't think that cat's going to be bothering him too much. And look on this one, I gave this cat a tie, and he's going to be going to school. He's sitting on a book, and look, he's wearing a graduation cap up top. It really, really doesn't matter how we start to decorate those cats. Just have fun and add as much pattern as you would like. So now I get to grab all of my colors. I have my drawing done, and I really liked that heart I had on one. So in here, I'm going to put another heart right in the middle of this one. And it doesn't matter if you're going over lines or extra lines show up. Don't worry about that. Just keep building and building and building. And before long, you're going to have something beautiful. And that's what I'm going to do right here. So I'm going to put my heart right here. I'm going to go ahead and color in his little heart eye. And then I think maybe I'll add some green eyes going around him. Oh, I'm gonna like that. And then fill in the green eye right there. And then I think he's gonna need some eyelashes. So I'm gonna go back and put some eyelashes. So I changed my mind and adding something extra. Always okay to add something extra if you would like to do that. So today, what I would like for you to do is go in and start playing around with a folk art cat, a cat that's filled with lots and lots and lots of patterns. And I want to do the same thing to the other side. You don't have to. I just wanted to make it more look a little bit more symmetrical. I think I want little claw lines too. All right, I'm going to go and play around with my cat. You should go and play around with yours. We'll meet back. Hi, I'm back. As you can see, my cat's starting to take more and more shape. The more patterns I put, the more I add, the fancier it gets. Earlier, I played around and I was making a Halloween cat. All right, he's a little bit crazy too. Keep playing, have fun, and if you got a chance, share your work. Thank you.